Ever tried making a flyer for a lost pet and ended up with something that looked more like an ad for a circus? Well, you're not alone. Welcome to the world of flyer design, where good intentions often pave the way to comedic disasters. We're here to share a laugh and learn from these design faux pas. Picture this. A flyer so packed with information, it's like a Where's Waldo puzzle, only less fun. Or how about a flyer where the text is so small, you'd need a magnifying glass and Sherlock Holmes himself to decipher it. And let's not forget about the ones that forget their own purpose, leaving you wondering, is this a call to action or a philosophical riddle? We've all seen them, and some of us have even made them. But fear not, we're here with 5 hilarious yet practical tips to save your designs from becoming the next punchline. So buckle up, folks. We're about to turn your flyer design around, one hilarious tip at a time. Imagine this. You've made a flyer for your bakery, but you forgot to put the name of your bakery on it. Now, isn't that a recipe for disaster? Now let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the delicious yet often overlooked world of branding and flyer design. Picture a flyer as appealing as a freshly baked croissant, but with no baker's mark. How would you know where to go for more of these flaky delights? Branding, folks, is the secret ingredient. It's the cinnamon in your cinnamon roll, the icing on your cake, well, you get the idea. It's your business's identity, its signature flavor that leaves people craving more. And yet, so many of us, in a rush to whip up a flyer, forget to sprinkle in our branding. We leave out our name, our logo, our tagline. It's like baking a cake and forgetting the sugar. Remember, folks, a flyer without branding is like a detective without a magnifying glass, utterly clueless. Ever seen a flyer so cluttered, it looked like a treasure map drawn by a caffeinated pirate? Well, we've all been there. Imagine trying to decipher the secret message in a sea of fonts, colors, and images. It's like trying to find Waldo in a polka dot factory. Now, there's a fine line between a visually engaging flyer and a visual catastrophe. It's about balance, folks. You wouldn't want your flyer to be as chaotic as a toddler's birthday party, would you? Think of your flyer as a minimalist art piece. Each element should serve a purpose and contribute to the overall message. But when the elements start to compete for attention, that's when disaster strikes. It's like inviting a cat and a dog to the same party. They just won't get along. So keep it simple, folks, or your audience might need a treasure map just to navigate your flyer. Picture this. You've designed a flyer, but the text is so small even an ant would need a magnifying glass to read it. Now, we all know that ants are industrious little critters, but I doubt they're in your target demographic. When it comes to flyer design, text size is about as important as the words themselves. Because what good are catchy phrases and compelling offers if folks can't read them? It's like whispering your best jokes at a rock concert or trying to read the fine print on a shampoo bottle without your reading glasses. On the flip side, you don't want your text to be as big as a billboard either. That's like shouting at someone through a megaphone when they're standing right next to you. It's all about balance, my friends. So don't make your audience squint, folks. Keep your text size readable or you might end up advertising to ants. Ever created a flyer that was so engaging, people were left wondering, so what am I supposed to do now? Let's talk about that. The legend of the lost call to action. You see, a flyer without a clear call to action is like a joke without a punchline, a story without an ending, a sandwich without well, you get the point. It's quite a common mistake, like forgetting your keys when you step out of the house, or like putting your shoes on the wrong feet. We've all done it. You craft this beautiful, eye-catching flyer. You've got your audience hooked and then nothing. It's like leading someone down a path and then suddenly disappearing. They're left standing there, scratching their heads, wondering, well, what on earth they're supposed to do next. So folks, always remember to include a clear call to action unless you're creating a flyer for a lost and found box. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you had as much fun learning about flyer design as I did talking about it. We've unraveled the mystery of missing branding, solved the case of the cluttered flyer, told the tale of the tiny text, and followed the legend of the lost call to action. Just remember, if your flyer was a person, you wouldn't want it to be the one everybody laughs at in a party. And remember, keep your flyers funny, but not a joke. Until next time, happy designing.